Welcome to the Compact History podcast from compacthistory.com, where we unpack the past in smart, snack-sized episodes. This is episode 102, The History of Spying. Spying, or espionage, is as old as civilization itself. From ancient empires to modern nation-states, the act of gathering intelligence in secret has shaped the course of history, influenced the outcomes of wars, and shifted the global balance of power. The methods and tools may have evolved dramatically over the centuries, but the fundamental goal has remained the same: to acquire information that others want to keep hidden. The roots of spying stretch back to the earliest organized societies. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs used informants to monitor their people and suppress dissent. Records from Mesopotamia suggest that intelligence gathering was a tool rulers used to maintain control and preempt rebellion. In China, during the Warring States period, 475 to 221 BCE, Sun Tzu famously outlined various forms of espionage in the art of war. He classified spies into 5 categories: local, inward, converted, doomed, and surviving, and emphasized their vital importance to the state. The Persian Empire under Cyrus the Great employed a sophisticated network of informers known as the King's Eyes and Ears, who traveled across the empire to report on local officials and military activities. The Greeks, too, understood the value of covert information. In the Peloponnesian War, espionage played a key role as both Athens and Sparta used informants to plan military moves and manipulate alliances. The Roman Empire maintained a complex system of intelligence through its use of scouts, messengers, and military observers. The speculatores and frumentarii were Roman agents responsible for gathering intelligence and acting as internal security forces. These agents often worked under the cover of messengers or supply officers, allowing them to move about unnoticed. In addition to military uses, Roman emperors maintained elaborate palace spy networks to monitor rivals, court officials, and even family members. This often led to paranoia and purges, as emperors feared betrayal from within. Julius Caesar was known for his keen use of intelligence to outmaneuver his opponents, both in politics and on the battlefield. The medieval world saw a shift in the role of spying from purely military intelligence to political and religious intrigue. Monarchs relied on networks of trusted nobles, merchants, and clergy to gather information from rival courts. The Catholic Church also played a role in intelligence gathering through the Inquisition and the widespread presence of its clergy across Europe. One of the most notable intelligence operations of the period was England's network under Francis Walsingham, Queen Elizabeth I's spy master. He thwarted multiple assassination plots and uncovered the famous Babington plot, which led to the execution of Mary, Queen of Scots. Walsingham's methods included coded messages, double agents, and a network of informants stretching across Europe. In Renaissance Italy, city-states like Venice and Florence maintained their own systems of surveillance and espionage. Venice's Council of Ten operated a powerful and secretive intelligence system, complete with drop boxes known as Boccia di Leone, where citizens could anonymously report suspicious behavior. As European powers expanded their colonial empires, espionage became critical to maintaining and extending control. Intelligence about rival colonies, trade routes, and local uprisings became vital to imperial success. Spies infiltrated foreign courts, shipping routes were watched, and local informants were recruited to keep colonial administrations informed. During the 18th century, the Enlightenment also brought advancements in communication and information theory, laying the groundwork for more structured intelligence efforts. The American Revolutionary War saw both sides engaging in elaborate spycraft. The Culper Ring, a group of American spies operating in British-occupied New York, played a crucial role in helping George Washington gather intelligence and avoid ambushes. Benjamin Tolmage, who managed the ring, used coded letters, invisible ink, and a network of couriers to communicate. Meanwhile, British agents attempted to infiltrate rebel ranks, often with mixed success. Espionage was a deciding factor in several key battles, making it a critical component of early American success. The 19th century brought new dimensions to spying. The rise of industrialization introduced the concept of economic and industrial espionage. Nations began to steal manufacturing secrets and technological blueprints to bolster their own economies. The United States, for example, benefited from European expertise as it developed its industrial base. In this period, police forces and early secret services began to formalize. France's Sûreté and the British Secret Service Bureau, later MI6, were among the early efforts to centralize intelligence collection. Espionage was also used for internal surveillance, and monarchs and governments were increasingly wary of revolutionaries, anarchists, and political dissidents. The American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, involved extensive use of spies by both Union and Confederate forces. Harriet Tubman, known for her work with the Underground Railroad, also served as a Union spy. Alan Pinkerton, founder of the Pinkerton Detective Agency, ran intelligence for the Union and pioneered methods of infiltration and surveillance that influenced later developments in the field. The First World War marked the emergence of fully fledged intelligence organizations. Britain's MI6 and MI5 were created to handle foreign and domestic espionage, respectively. Germany, France, Russia, and the United States also developed intelligence agencies focused on military and political threats. Radio interception, code-breaking, and aerial reconnaissance became essential tools. During World War II, espionage reached unprecedented levels. The Allies and Axis powers deployed thousands of agents. Britain's Special Operations Executive, SOE, trained resistance fighters in occupied Europe. The United States formed the Office of Strategic Services, OSS, a precursor to the CIA code-breaking operations such as Britain's Bletchley Park, which cracked the German Enigma code, were instrumental in the Allied victory. Double agents, such as those in the British-run double-cross system, fed false information to the Nazis ahead of the D-Day invasion. Espionage had become a key component of military planning and strategy. The Cold War, 1947 to 1991, was arguably the golden age of espionage. The ideological struggle between the capitalist West and the communist East led to an explosion of spying activities. The CIA and KGB became household names, engaging in everything from propaganda to assassinations. Espionage during this period extended into nearly every aspect of life: politics, science, culture, and even sports. Nuclear secrets were stolen, defections were orchestrated, and surveillance operations spanned the globe. Spy satellites, wiretaps, and dead drops became the tools of the trade. Some of the most famous spies of the era include Aldrich Ames, Kim Philby, and Oleg Gordievsky. The espionage landscape was a constant chess match, with each side attempting to outmaneuver the other in a shadow war of information. The digital age has revolutionized the world of spying. With the advent of the Internet, intelligence agencies turned their focus to cyber capabilities. Signals intelligence, SIGINT, became dominant, with agencies like the NSA in the United States and GCHQ in the UK intercepting vast amounts of electronic communications. Cyber espionage now targets governments, corporations, and individuals. China, Russia, the United States, and other nations maintain sophisticated cyber units capable of breaching secure systems, stealing state secrets, and launching disinformation campaigns. The 2016 US election interference and numerous ransomware attacks are modern examples of espionage's evolving nature. Drones, facial recognition, artificial intelligence, and big data analytics are the latest tools in the espionage arsenal. Intelligence agencies now face the challenge of filtering massive volumes of information to identify credible threats. The digital battlefield has expanded the scope of spying beyond traditional operatives and into the realm of algorithms and machine learning. Spying, by its very nature, raises ethical questions. While often justified by national security, espionage can violate privacy, manipulate public opinion, and even spark conflict. The balance between freedom and security is a contentious issue in democracies, where intelligence agencies must answer to legal oversight yet still operate in secret. The future of spying will likely involve an even greater reliance on technology. Quantum computing could render current encryption obsolete, prompting an arms race in data protection. Deepfakes and AI-generated content could be used to manipulate public perception or stage political coups. Meanwhile, the line between civilian and combatant in the intelligence world continues to blur. Non-state actors, hacktivist groups, and private intelligence firms are now major players. As the world grows more interconnected, the need for intelligence will remain, but so too will the need to consider its moral implications. Spying has always adapted to the times. From ancient scrolls and whispered secrets to satellite surveillance and cyber warfare, it continues to evolve. As long as there are secrets to keep and secrets to uncover, espionage will remain a powerful, if shadowy force in shaping the human story. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Compact History, part of the Compact Histories network. You can find more episodes and explore our other Compact shows at compacthistories.com. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, follow, or subscribe. And if you'd like to support the show more directly, why not consider buying us a coffee at compacthistories.com/historycoffee. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.